Another day at the Crooked Anchor, the garden incident. It was a strangely upbeat morning at the Crooked Anchor, the kind of morning where David woke up and said aloud, "Today, nothing can go wrong." Which, of course, was the very moment fate pricked up its ears. Out in the beer garden, Uncle Raymond was humming a tune suspiciously similar to the EastEnders theme as he tended to his collection of even more suspicious-looking plants. He'd proudly claimed they came from a mystery seed packet he'd found in a bin behind a vegan co-op in Totten's. According to Raymond, they just smelled promising. David popped his head out the door holding a paint chart and a mop for no reason. "Looking good, Uncle Ray. What are they?" "Dunno," Raymond said cheerily, pruning something that smelled like a reggae concert in a greenhouse. "Just letting nature do her thing." Inside, Brian, squinting through his Western Echo, read aloud with rising concern. Cannabis seeds suspected to be scattered accidentally across Devon due to postal error. Residents urged to report any unusual garden growths. Oh dear. He looked up just in time to see Pete slowly, very slowly, sniffing the air, creeping toward the back window like a cryptid on patrol, eyes narrowed. "Pete's sniffing," Brian muttered. "That can't be good." Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Clifford and Warren were experimenting with today's experimental garden-to-plate meal. They'd picked a handful of Raymond's mystery greens and tossed them into a stew they were calling Herbie Goblets. Clifford, as ever, was excited. Warren was trying to work out if Herbie was short for herbaceous or herbivore. Then the knock came. Knock, knock, knock. The door creaked open and in walked two officers of the law, complete with shiny, aggressively reflective helmets, tidy mustaches and notepads that screamed, "We mean business." "Afternoon," said the first officer with that slow Devonian drawl that sounded both polite and deeply unsettling. "We've had some reports." Brian instantly paled. "Raymond," he said, low and urgent. "Mate, I think that is cannabis you're growing." Raymond's smile dropped off his face like a wet flannel. His colour drained faster than a pint at last orders. He stumbled backwards, grabbed Gunther's paw, and nervously began biting the dog's nails. Gunther looked oddly flattered. The officers moved through the pub like two sniffer bees, heading toward the back garden where the plants stood tall and bushy and suspiciously fragrant. The moment stretched. Everyone in the pub held their breath. Then, "Oh my goodness," one officer cried. "Just look at this!" Raymond swayed. The officers leaned into the foliage, squinting and pointing. They huddled, murmured. "This," one said solemnly, "is Taraxacum officinale, a real stunner." Raymond blinked. "A what now?" said David, confused and ready to faint himself. "A dandelion, lad," the officer said proudly. "Haven't seen this exact strain in, 34 years, Reg?" 35, said Reg. "Lovely garden, very rare. You keep this up, sir." And with a nod of deep horticultural respect, the officers tipped their shiny hats and walked out, pausing only to accept a sample jar of Clifford's stew, which they both politely pocketed when no one was looking. Raymond collapsed onto a bench. Pete finally spoke. "Knew it was dandelions." "Did you?" asked Brian. "No," Pete said, "but I like the smell." And just like that, the pub relaxed. David smiled with a sigh, raising his mop in triumph. "See? Nothing went wrong." From the kitchen came a bang, a plume of green smoke, and Warren's muffled voice. "Clifford? I can't feel my legs." Pete dipped his pint. Gunther sighed. Another normal day.